So SMS marketing is the next one that a lot of people will try when they're first starting out. The reason being it's cheaper, like cold calling, but you don't actually have to pick up the phone and you can blast out thousands of messages. This used to be actually a pretty effective way to get deals. In some markets, it still is, but AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, all those guys got together and they were like, these people are being spammed, right? Like people are getting dozens of texts a day if they've got like a good property in a good part of town that people are maybe interested in. So they started to like flag keywords. They basically set this thing up where you now have to register your business, register your messages, say what you're doing. A lot of the guys that were doing a lot of SMS marketing have now gotten out of it just because it's no longer as effective. It's similar to cold calling in like you want to take your data from PropStream, you want to run it through Skip Genie. You're then going to want to find a platform that allows you to shoot those out. Like we talked about with cold calling with like ZenCall and Mojo, you need a means of delivering your, hey, I want to buy your house message. There's a lot of ones out there. I personally don't SMS market, so I'm not really the best person to tell you like, hey, go use this one. I can tell you Launch Control is one that we hear a lot from. There used to be a group called Lead Sherpa that's not really as active or as effective anymore. They're also pretty expensive. Roar was an old one, but you can really just Google like SMS marketing and look at some of the options that come up or explore some of the ones that I mentioned here. I'm not really going to give you like scripts on what to do with these just because it's not something that I do a ton of. The typical message is just something like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, sorry for the random text, but I'm curious if you'd sell 123 Main Street, right? There's lots of rules and regulations you'd want to research, which is why I personally don't recommend this strategy. But if you choose to go down it, we've given you enough info at this point to be dangerous. One thing that like kind of goes without saying that I'll throw in here, if you're text messaging, you have to make sure that you're only using mobile phone numbers. Landlines don't get texts. So that is just kind of one extra step in the process. If you're cold calling, call landlines all day long. But if you're SMS marketing, you can only send them to cell phones.